Make it clear that without rapid acceleration of investment into the continent's water and sanitation and early mid-stage project preparation cycles. We now want to, we are therefore looking forward to seeing the blended investment facility. National and regional water investment plans should speak with you. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to welcome you to this inauguration.
We are at this moment spending more than half of our
and development.
The climate emergency has Africa at the crossroads.
Heads of state, ministers here today. It is my great honor to be here launching a roadmap for the African carbon market. African leaders determining the future of Africa and also determining how to finance the energy transition. And for people on the planet that believed in this and took this up in the space of 3 months at the foundation as well, for just a relentless kind of push for innovation as we move forward. Sorry, I was president of Ghana yesterday. That is really my...
I propose the following ways of strengthening relevant institutions to unlock finances by attracting the investments necessary to reach all our SDGs. The design and promotion of legal frameworks with sufficient incentives to attract private sector investment in sustainable water management is a necessity. Given the unique positioning of the water sector, public-private partnerships are vital vehicles of strategic investment in water systems. Properly designed PPPs can ensure efficiency and improve water productivity at the domestic, agricultural, as well as industrial scale. We recognize responsive regulatory and financial models for sanitation to be indispensable for success in water sector PPPs. A mechanism facilitating government subsidies for sanitation service providers to transport effluents from remote residential areas to city waste treatment plants is important. It guarantees effective treatment and connections and also connects the residential sector in urban as well as rural areas to national sewer systems, ensuring that all wastewater is discharged into national waste management sites. The time has come for African countries to enact climate-resilient policy frameworks and institutional mechanisms that encourage stakeholders to share data and information. Such arrangements would accelerate the identification of available water resources and facilitate the participation of relevant public and private institutions. This is critical in promoting the sustainable management of water for various uses, including but not limited to domestic, industrial, agricultural, and even wildlife. It is also necessary to promote climate change governance of water and other interrelated natural resources by strengthening overall stakeholder capacity for water resource management in every sector. It is also necessary to establish or strengthen bilateral efforts to manage transboundary water resources. This includes the promotion of appropriate policy frameworks and cooperation in the joint management of the resources that are transboundary. In this regard, I encourage the adoption of the Convention on the Protection and Use of Transboundary Water Resources and International Lakes. The Convention promotes cooperation on transboundary surface and groundwaters and strengthens their protection and sustainable use and management. I recognize that key issues discussed during the roundtable meeting on water security earlier have a strong bearing on this subject. Good governance in water management is a means of mastering complexity and managing inevitable trade-offs that characterize a delicate and highly complicated policy domain. Interventions must recognize that the water sector is highly sensitive to fragmentation, silos, scale mismatch, negative externalities, monopolies, and large-scale capital-intensive investments. Good governance in the water sector must be intentional and directed to the purpose of solving fundamental water sector challenges using a combination of bottom-up and top-down processes. By this, I mean that organized water users on one hand, with the regulators and providers on the other, must be effectively engaged in effective dialogue and collective problem solving. States should ensure that the implementation and enforcement of water resource management regulatory frameworks is sound, aligned with public interest, promotes the adoption of innovative water governance practices, and effectively coordinates responsible authorities, levels of government, and relevant stakeholders. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, literally, water is life. Water sector governance is vital. The need for robust stakeholder engagement, monitoring and evaluation of water policies and research is therefore essential. Likewise, mainstreaming integrity and transparent practices across water institutions and decision-making frameworks is indispensable for greater legitimacy and trust in water sector governance. I consider this forum a significant step in our journey towards entrenching sustainable water sector governance to support human well-being, the pursuit of prosperity and security across Africa. I therefore commend you all for your participation and appreciate all efforts in convening this very important engagement. I thank you.